What is up, you guys? So today we're not talking about stir processing because I need somebody to talk to and none of my friends are free and I'm fucking frustrated. Okay. So we're just gonna do like a little chat, girl chat or whatever. If you like it, please like, subscribe, whatever below. I really don't care. Where the fuck do I start? Okay, so for one, right? I get so tired of my family trying to ridicule me because I don't want children. That's one thing. Because I've come to find out like the main people who ridicule me be the main ones who are struggling with their kids, who have abusive baby daddies or whatever. And then like everyone wants to look at me like I'm the oddball because I don't want children. And that really that fucking bothers me. Like it really do, because literally like I don't think people understand why I don't want children. And I think that's like the part to where it's just like it's mad annoying because people don't even try to sit down and be like, okay, well, Shay, like, why don't you want children? It's always like, oh, you don't want children? You're a bad person. Like, why don't you want children? And it's like, honestly, like, there's a couple of reasons of why I don't want children. Like, officially don't want children. And I think one of the reasons is that my mom, like, when I grew up, I love my mom. But when I grew up with my mom, like, she was a single mother. Like, none of our dads were in our lives for real. Like my dad, he was in and out of jail. Like my dad's very, even to this day, like my dad, he's very just for himself. And I think that kind of affected me a little bit because I was just like, okay, so if this is the person that's supposed to love me like no matter what and like be there for me no matter what, and I'm supposed to be able to come to you for no matter what, and I can't, like, it kind of just always like left a bad taste in my mouth. And then like my mom, like I'm the oldest, so I always felt like things got like dropped into like my lap because like she was a single mom. Like my brother, he's autistic, like severely autistic, so we went through a lot with that. And then my mom, she has mental issues, so I went through a lot with that. And then my little sister, she has mental issues too, child. Okay, but I'm okay, so like literally like everybody mad at me and family like got like something wrong with them, right? And it's not like a bad thing. Like you have, like I have like a little bit of mental issues, but it's not like terrible. Like I've been working through it, but that's a different video. So yeah, like I'm 6 years older than my brother, and I think I'm 9 years older than my sister. So I always had to be the one to I was basically the baby daddy. Like, let me just put it that way. Like, I was basically, like, I couldn't really do any after school programs. I couldn't really, like, go with my friends and have sleepovers. I have people come over, and it was always, like, a struggle. And, like, we had our good days, we had our bad days. That's what happens when, like, when you have, like, a single mother. And then it was just, like, I just got tired of just feeling I was so exhausted at a young age. Oh my God. I don't really like tell people like all the things that I've been through, because I always say like if I told everybody like my true story, people would literally like look at me like with like the little puppy dog eyes and they'll probably be crying. But I don't say it to like have anybody like feel bad for me or anything, because I don't need anybody to feel bad for me. Like I'm okay. But it's like, yeah, like, and then it's like another thing too, like with my dad, it's like he thinks giving me money is just gonna fix like everything. Like he's the type of person like he does like, cause he's the type of person that like you cannot talk to. Like he does not comprehend, and it frustrates the fuck out of me that he cannot comprehend. So I just don't talk to him about like how he's made me feel or whatever, because like I said, he was in and out of jail, he was in the streets, and he's just still just for himself. Like the only time like me and him really talk is like when I want some money or like when it benefits me. And I know that really sounds like messed up, but like that's the honest to God truth. And I don't know, like I always hear people say, oh, like you'll change your mind and stuff like that. But honestly, every time I think about children, I am exhausted thinking about children. Like I honestly be feeling like if I honestly, like when even people in my family, when they ask me, and they don't even be asking me, girl, oh my God, girl, they literally be telling me like, no, you need to have kids. Like who's going to take care of you? And I'm just like, absolutely not. Like I feel like my life has been like so, what's the word, restricted as a kid, to where it's like now I'm playing catch up. Like literally, like I'm very smart, okay, like very smart. Like I'm not even gonna sleep on myself, but it's like I couldn't really strive the way I wanted to in like elementary school all the way up to high school because I was always helping my mother. And then it was like, okay, so now like in college, like I went to college, and then it was like I had to come back home because like another situation happened with my mother and I had to help. And then it's like every time I look up, like it was always, oh, well, Shay, you have to do this, Shay, you have to do that. And oh fuck, I've got to tell you guys, I have a brother now. I have a baby brother, so he's 5 months. So everybody keep telling me like, oh, when you gonna have these kids? And I'm like, y'all, mama keep popping out these kids, and I keep having to help. Like I be having to get him on weekends, and y'all, I just be so exhausted. I don't think people really understand how exhausted I be. Like literally, like you know, the fucked up part was I didn't even understand how exhausted I was until like I was talking to one of my coworkers, and my little sister called me, and she was just like hysterical, and she was just like, something's wrong, like mentally I don't feel okay. So like, you know, I kind of started talking to her and stuff, and like I hung up, and I was like, I'm sorry girl, like what was you saying? She was like, oh, like, you know, whoever was on the like other end of the phone, like they were really lucky because, you know, you're a really good person. And I was like, oh really, like thanks, like I don't even think about stuff like that, like I just try to like give you my advice to help or whatever. And I was like, oh well, that's my little sister, so like, you know, I have to help her. And she was just like, yeah, like, you just really just look exhausted though, just like the way like I was like, I guess the way I was just like explaining like the situation to her. She was like, oh baby, you look really exhausted. And I really didn't even understand that I be looking exhausted as fuck, like. And I'm like, damn, like I really be, and that's why I started going to the gym, because I was like, look, like I have to do something to take care of myself. Like I can, like, y'all, mentally, like I was at that point where I was like, look, if I don't do something for myself, I'm in a hospital. Like every time I look up, like it's always, oh Shay, I need you to do this. Like I had to shut so much stuff down, and like even now, like I literally just have to say no with a period, and I just have to walk away from shit. Like I can't, like, people like, oh, like, because usually I'm a Cancer, so people that like they use my emotions against me, and they'll say no, then they give me the sob story, and I start to feel like, damn, if I don't help them, like who's gonna help them? And then it's like this whole like loop that I'm in, because I'm like, I need to be helping myself, but I'm helping you, and it's pulling me back. And it's like I'm 24 now, and it's like I really want my life to just take off, and I want to start making more money. And it's just like, I mean, I'm happy with the life that I have, but it's just some things that I just want to do that I feel like I haven't even had a chance to do before, because I've always been like helping people are trying to catch up with my life. And I don't know, honestly, y'all, like it really makes me like sad now that I think about my life sometimes, because it's just like I just think about like how people take me for granted. And I feel like every time like oh my god, I must start crying. Every time like I'm around like people that are supposed to love me, it's always why aren't you doing this, or why aren't you doing that, or like why isn't this good enough? And it's like, well, like I don't know, like somebody comment below if you're going through the same thing, or if you know what I'm talking about with this whole kid thing, because it really just triggered the fuck out of me. Because it was just like, you want me to have kids, but like you don't realize like my whole childhood I was helping everybody, like, and then it's like I've been through so much in my childhood, like, oh my god. Woo, that's a story. If y'all want that story, let me know. Because you know, I've never actually sat down and like told like the whole story from like beginning to end of everything that I remember, but like I'll touch on like a little bit. Like my brother's dad, like my mom married him, and he tried to kill her. Yeah. And I was like 5, or no, I'm 6 years older than my brother. So I was like 6 at the time. My mom was pregnant with my brother. I was at school. I came home, and they told me that my mom, she was going to be in a hospital, and I didn't understand what was going on. And then she came back, and then she picked me up, and then we ended up being in a homeless shelter for I think like 2 or 3 months. It wasn't long, but yeah, we was in the shelter. And then wait, is that what was she? Yeah. We was in the shelter. And then she later had my brother, and then he ended up having to have open heart surgery. He had like 3 holes in his heart, and then, you know, he was just disabled, so she had to stop working, and we had to live on like government assistance. So then it was like just me, and it was just the 3 of us. And then we finally like got an apartment, we moved out or whatever. And it was a struggle. My light just cut off, whatever, it's so ghetto. That was a struggle. And then my mom ended up having my sister and then that made it even more of a struggle. And it was just like whatever. So yeah, actually been through some shit, and that's just the beginning. Like, let me tell y'all, man, like, I've been through so much, but I don't know, I really just feel like these next like 60-70 years, I just wanted to be for like myself. And that's what really why like I got the job at the hospital, because like I want to travel with my job. Like, I just want to be free. Like, I feel like I'm always stuck, I'm always like held down to something, like, and I feel like people don't genuinely like get the chance to like meet me or like know me. Like, it's always oh, like, what can you do for me? Like, I want to surround myself around people that actually like enjoy being around me and like don't see me as like their motherly friend. Like, I want to be able to go out to the club, I want to be able to get fucking drunk, I want to be able to not be a mother to my fucking siblings and to like my cousins and stuff. And I feel like people just, I don't know, like it just the whole kid thing just triggers me, honestly, because it like brings up a whole bunch of like emotions and stuff that I have about like everything in my life. And then it's just like, I don't know, like, and then I have people tell me that I'm selfish because I don't want children, but I'm like, how am I selfish? But like, how are you not selfish for you having all these kids and you know you can't afford them, but you keep getting pregnant because it's free? So how am I selfish? Like, at least I know that, like, I mean, I know that I would probably be a good mother, but would I enjoy it? No, I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't be happy, I wouldn't be at peace, I wouldn't be satisfied. And it like makes me upset because I feel like maybe if I didn't help my mom raise my brothers and sisters, and maybe if I did, like, I mean, fuck, maybe if my dad was around, and maybe if, like, you know, he was actually, like, there to actually be a father and actually do those things with me, I feel like maybe I would, like, see, like, children, like, different. But, like, that's not what happened. Like, I literally feel like ever since, like, I was born, like, I was kind of just, like, thrown out to the wolves or whatever. And it's just like, you know, like, I've accomplished a lot for like the circumstances that I was in, because let me tell you, like, my mom had me at 15 going on 16. Well, she was 16 when she had me. She got pregnant when she was 15. My dad was 18 and he was in jail when I was born. And then, like, yeah, it was just like, I've always had like domestic violence around me. Like no, I've had one issue. I've had one domestic violence case against me, but that's a whole different thing. But like, you know, actually two. Yeah, I think it was two. Whatever. And then, like, yeah, but like, I've had like a lot of that going on around me, and it was just like, it was a lot of, no, I'm gonna just put it this way, it was a lot of hood shit. Okay, it was a lot of hood shit the kids really shouldn't be around, but they around. And it's like, I know my mom, she tried, like, she couldn't like cut off her family because her family was helping her, but it's like, I just feel like I just wish my mother would have like had the courage to just cross correct. Like, and I don't know, like, I think that's why, like, now I'm so hard on myself, like, with the whole, like, no kid thing, with the whole, like, okay, like, you're gonna get your degrees, like, I don't care how long it takes, like, and it's like, I'm really like that on myself, because I just feel like, you know, I come from a family that, like, don't really have a lot of education, and like, okay, it's like, oh, we're in the hood, that's my baby daddy, and you know, we in love today, but we broke up tomorrow, now I'm on to the next baby daddy. And it's just like, it's just always just like I said, that hood shit, and I don't want that hood shit. Like, I don't, like, I just want to be around wholesome people that actually understand me. And like, you know, like, I don't want to like be in the hood popping bottles. Like, I don't want to be known in the city. I don't want that. And it's just like, I just feel like people don't understand the type of life that I want because they've never seen it. And you know, that's really sad, honestly, because it's like, we live in the age of social media, and you literally cannot, and it's like, if you still don't see like the different things that you can do, like, you don't have to just because you're a female doesn't mean you have to lay on your back and be a baby mama. Just because you're a female doesn't mean that you have to take shit from your boyfriend. Just because you're a female, it does not mean that you have to be a mule for your fucking family and let them control your life. And then this is how family do you, right? I've had this done to me multiple times. They will set you up for failure, right? And then be like, I knew you shouldn't have did that. And you be like, but you told me to do that though. Like, I took your advice, and that's why now I don't take nobody's damn advice. If you cannot show me on paper what you have done that is something that I will want to do, or parallel to what I want to do, I am not taking your advice. It might sound ignorant, it might sound classist, I don't care. Like, look, if you do not make 6 figures a year, you cannot tell me about nothing. No. No, absolutely not. If you do not have a wholesome life, not a hood wholesome life, but a wholesome life, you can't tell me anything, baby. You cannot, because a lot of times you be taking this advice from people, and people will set you up for fucking failure. Set you up for failure. Yeah, y'all, that whole kid thing is just very like triggering, very triggering. Like, I wonder, like, do anybody else like feel that way about children, or like, have you been through something like similar to me, but like you still like want children? Like, I need y'all to like comment below, because honestly, girl, like, I don't like, and honestly, like, I'm not even gonna say. I had something to say, but I'm not even gonna say it, because if I say it, child, it's gonna be a mess. But I don't know. I think what I'm just gonna start working on, like, right now, is really just romanticizing my life. And people may be like, oh, what's that? Like, no, like, I think, like, there's, like, because this girl I follow, her name was Fatima Francesca, and there's another girl called, like, the Voodoo Girl. And I literally, everything that she freaking said in the video, I was like, bitch, like, I understand what the fuck you're talking about. Like, you are my twin. Like, what the fuck? So basically, like, romanticizing your life is like, it don't matter, like, what you're doing. You could be sitting down and you could be like, you know what, like, I'm gonna light a candle, like, I'm gonna just sit here and light a candle. That's like a romanticizing. Or if you're at work and you're like, you know what, like, I'm going to make this feel like I'm just catering to myself while I'm at work. And that could just be anything. It could be like putting a little bit of like essential oils on your wrist and just smell it as you work. It could be just you just imagining that you're somewhere else. I haven't really like done like the whole details with this, so this may be like a choppy version of like what it is, but it's just like, I really just want to romanticize my life with me, and I want to get to me. And I would say I want to get back to me, but I honestly don't feel like I've ever had a chance to actually be me. So now, like, since I'm 24 now, like, I'm really excited, because I'm really trying to get to like, okay, who is Shay, and like, what do I want out of life? Like, what do I truly want? Like, not just like what people have told me that I wanted, but what do I truly want? Like, how do I truly want to live? Like, where do I truly want to go? Like, I'm so excited. Even though I'm scared and I'm shaking in my boots, honey. I'm shaking, because I'm like, okay, like, you got to do something totally different. But it's like, I'm just really just like excited to just get to like know myself and know what I like, because it's like, I really thought about that a couple months ago. I was like, dang, like, what do you like? And I've really been working on it. I'm like, okay, like, now I know that, like, I love candles. And it's like, I love water. Oh my God. I've always known that, but like, I really love water. I love driving around listening to music and just imagining that I'm just like, just doing anything. I love archery. I have not done that since high school, but I really, really love archery. I miss color guard. I love going to the gym now. Don't tell my personal trainer that. Because every time I see her, I be like, oh, bitch. But honestly, I like going to the gym. And I like seeing my personal trainer. So it's like a win-win, because she's cool. So I can't be mean about that. So, but it's just, I don't know, like, what else do I love? Like, like, and it's like, I used to love to cook, but it's like, people have just ruined that for me so bad, because I cooked every fucking day. Every day, y'all, I cooked. When I was growing up, from like, I started cooking when I was like 6. When I was like 8, I was full-fledged cooking, and I was like I told you I was like the baby daddy. I was cooking every fucking day, and now I fucking hate cooking. But I think I want to try like just getting back to that. Like, I want to get back to that space that I used to have with cooking, and I love, like, it's just so many different things that I feel like that I love to do, and that I know now, since I've been really digging for it. But I want to get to know myself more. I want to understand myself more, and I feel like a lot of times, like, it's just hard, because people just want you to be the way that they want you to be. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to change. It's like, and I hear that all the time. It's always like, oh, Shay, will you change? And it's like, I mean, did I change, or did I just come back to me? Like, which one is it? Like, I don't know, like, I can't be that in denial Shay forever. Like, I can't just let you take advantage of me forever. Like, I can't put myself on the back burner forever. I can't burn myself out forever. Like, at some point, I have to be be for myself, because if you're not for yourself, then who's going to be for yourself? Like, I have to really take back control of my life, and that's why I've been going to therapy, because I'm just like, you know, like, I really got to get myself together. Like, I want to be, I don't know, like, when I imagine myself, like, in my 30s, like, 35, because that's still young, I don't care, but when I imagine myself, like, in my 30s, like, I want to be well-rested. I want to have a nice, beautiful townhouse or a condo or maybe even home. I want to have, like, a Mercedes or an Audi, and I just want to be successful. I want to make 6 figures. I want to be able to just do my thing. Like, I just want to just be like, okay, like, maybe I want to be single. I don't know. I just want to, like, do my thing, and I want to just live, and I want to be free. I don't want to feel like I'm a bird in a cage. I just want to just be like, okay, like, this is a breath of fresh air. Like, let me just do this, you know? And it's just like, I feel like right now, like, I'm really not at that space, but I'm getting there, you know? And I think that's why, like, over the weekend, like, girl, I went out, I had a ball. I said, you know what? Fuck no. I am going out. I have not been out forever. I want y'all to go out. I want to go out to the club once a month. People might be like, well, why is it so, like, why do you want to go out to the club? Like, what's the big deal? Like, it's just, I'm like, no, I just want to experience having fun. Like, I want to shake my ass. I want to have fun. I want to go out to Margarita Mondays. I want to go to archery. I want to go sip and paint. I want to go on walking trails. I want to, like, try to, like, I don't fucking know. I just want to do stuff. Like, do you guys feel that way, or is it just me? What time is it? Hold on.